Rod Serling, the creator of Twilight Zone, once said, "There are a million different ways to write a story, a million different ways to write expository dialogue, a million different ways to write a captivating and interesting story, and a million different ways to not write a comprehensible storyline." Doom Eternal, while not being the best written story in the world, let's be completely honest, tells its story to the audience, to us, the players, in very different ways. Expository dialogue, exposition, environmental storytelling, flashbacks, codex entries full of text, weapons, items, and demons descriptions, etc. There's a lot of things that Doom Eternal does right with its story, and a lot of things that does wrong. I am not here to criticize the techniques the game uses to convey an interesting story to the audience, to us. I'll leave that for another video I'm working on. The reason I quoted Rod Serling in this is because even the tiniest details on any story can have a great impact. Something as small as some facial expressions can convey a ton of different and very intense emotions, both on the character and the reader, and if done right, can actually change the character's whole backstory and demeanor, the feel of the character. And in the case of the Doomslayer, well, this is very interesting.
Master Chief, you mind telling me what you're doing on that ship?
Sir, searching for a Christmas gift. If you have no idea what to give for the holidays, I have the greatest gift here, my friend.
Me!
A custom top-of-the-line PC by Apex Gaming PCs. Click the link down below and gift your son, a friend, a loved one, or yourself a top-tier gaming rig for the holidays. And use code MIDNIGHT for a huge discount. Thank you so much. Enjoy the video. Now, before I begin, if you like Doom Eternal, leave a like in this video. If this video reaches 5,000 likes, I will play Doom Eternal for 24 hours on VR. Thank you. Now, I'm not saying that id Software updated the whole backstory of the Doomslayer with the game update. Well, they kinda did. Everything that happened in the Slayer's past, the Earthworld of the 7th dimension being invaded by Hell, his whole family being killed, him sacrificing himself to close the Hell portal from within, eventually ending up in the gates of Sentinel Prime, becoming a Sentinel warrior, and eventually turning into the demon-killing machine god known as the Doomslayer, all of that stays the same. What has changed is his character. When Doom 2016 came out, we all thought that the Slayer was this unstoppable killing machine that showed no emotions, for the exception of rage, anger, hatred, hate, and wrath. And with Doom Eternal, that was further enhanced, improved. The game literally states in the codex that the Slayer is the avatar of those intense and dark emotions: anger, wrath, rage, hatred, and hate. That explains why he has been able to fight the legions of Hell for eons, millions of years. Imagine the determination you would need to achieve something like that. Imagine how intense is the Slayer's hate towards Hell and the demonic forces. Take a step back and try to remember when was a time you got the angriest in your life. Well, take that and multiply it by 1,000,000. That's basically 1% of the whole hate the Slayer has inside of him. Anyways, I wanted to give you a little rundown of the past to have the whole character and demeanor of the Doomslayer fresh on your mind. Now, we're going to talk about what has changed in the game and what has changed about the Doomslayer. Let's get into it. For the sake of comparison, the design of the Doomslayer in the base campaign of Doom Eternal was designed around the fact that we would never see his full face. Yeah, we could see some of his expressions through the visor, but we never saw the full picture, the whole face. Rota, one of the community's most sacred treasures and icons, was able to remove the helmet of the Doomslayer on the in-game cutscenes with the mod, and shined a new light for the Doomslayer. What we learned from that is that the Doomslayer had actual facial expressions animated that conveyed emotions, but all of them were basically the same, him having a poker face or being extremely angry. With the release of the Ancient Gods Part 2, however, it id Software began creating skins for the Doomslayer that didn't have a helmet. Now, because we weren't intended to see the full face of the Doomslayer in the whole campaign, most of his facial animations were bare bones to say the least, and parts of the story where nothing was happening, well, the Doomslayer showed no interest at all. He had a poker face in 80% of the cutscenes. Unless he was interacting with someone that pissed him off, the Slayer showed no emotions. He conveyed no emotions. He was either conveying extreme anger or nothing at all. This all changed when id Software began creating skins where the Slayer didn't have a helmet and showed his full face, like the Conan Barbarian skin for the Doomslayer or the Marine from Doom 2 skin. Because of this, id Software actually updated some of the cutscenes in the game, like the intro from the base campaign or the ending of the Ancient Gods Part 2. Instead of putting or taking out the helmet, the Slayer acts accordingly with the skin he has on. So, thanks to this, we now know that id Software has been updating some parts of the campaign depending on the skin. Last week I was recording some footage for a video I was doing, and I needed some footage from Sentinel Prime. I was rocking the Doom 2 Marine skin for some reason, and I saw this.
Welcome home, Great Slayer.
Alert the priest.
This is the first time we have seen the Doomslayer convey any other type of emotion besides anger or hate. In this scene, when the doors of Sentinel Prime are opened, the Slayer looks extremely sad, even worried, and I know why. Before he was entombed and betrayed by his own kin, by the Sentinel warriors, the Slayer had an actual life in Argent D'Nur. For years he was part of the Sentinel army. He formed unbreakable bonds with people. His great friend and mentor is Commander Valen, if you didn't know. He then became the Slayer, and the whole protection of his civilization was in his hand. So, of course, when he gets betrayed by his great friend, his Sentinel brothers falling in battle, and knowing that a place he once called home was going to be yet again consumed by the demons, well, the moment he came back to that place he once called home, instead of getting extremely angry, melancholy invades his mind, and we see this. Seeing the Doomslayer convey sadness even for a moment is like actually getting to see Master Chief's face. It's something that no one thought would ever happen, but well, in the case of Doom, it did. Now, did I just make a whole video talking about a single facial animation from the Doomslayer? Yes I did, because I think this is really important. Ever since Doom 2016, we, the players, the audience, thought that the Doomslayer was this unrelenting, unfaceable character that only shows emotions like anger and rage. The depth of his character was only that he is an angry man. But now that we can see the whole picture, now that we can see that the Doomslayer actually can feel other emotions beside anger and hate, and can actually feel sadness even for a moment, tells us a lot about his character. And this opens up the question: when the Doomslayer was in his unrelenting campaign against the demons in hell, was he feeling sadness? Was he crying? Was he feeling pain? Like the type of pain you bear in your heart. Yes, the Doomslayer is full of scars, but physical pain can heal. Emotional pain can last forever. It's interesting to say the least. The one and only time we can see the Doomslayer being somewhat worried was at the end of the Ancient Gods Part 2, where he collapsed thanks to him killing the Dark Lord. But anyways, my friends, thank you for watching this video. As okay, my Spartans, please let me know what you think about this video down in the comment section. Leave a like if you did, any dislike if you disliked the video. It is completely fine. If you didn't like the video, dislike it right now. That's an order, Marine. Also, please let me know what you think about this whole this whole topic. Do you prefer the Doomslayer to be a one-sided character where he only feels anger and rage and wrath, or do you want the Doomslayer to become a more complex character in some sense, like he can actually feel other emotions besides hate, and anger. I think him being a little bit more of a complex character is actually better. But anyways, my friends, have an awesome Tuesday. Adios. Bye.